Walk in Hate, episode 1. Ready? Here we go. I'm bored, so this is what you get. There is well, I don't really need to say much, do I? Alright, now the sign right there, St. Martin, who was probably a PDF, and you got the red, white, and blue, which of course is the 3 pharaonic colors that's on your flag and on all kinds of other crap. Oh, it's Episcopal, whatever the hell that means. It probably means trafficking your trafficking pal. I don't know. But yeah, red, white, and blue. You got an X in the blue. Or actually, those are the X. The X is made of little Templar crosses. Go figure. And there's PDF Jesus up there hanging on the cross, going through the 3 days that it takes to go through the death rites that had been practiced for probably well more than 1,000 years before he walked around. Yeah. And of course we got pyramids and symbols and shapes all over the place. Well, this is your masters. These are your masters and owners. Remember, Hebrew, the etymology of the word Hebrew actually means sea goer or sea merchant, wanderer, trafficker, and pirate. So, okay, there was your first little piece of, yeah, there you are. Go enter that bunch of psychological operation crap right there every Sunday. You go worship PDF Jesus now. Be sure and do that. So, I've never been down this far. I don't know. After walking 5 miles yesterday and damn near killing myself to go get another Bluetooth speaker because I had a fit and busted my other one. I've never been down this way, so I just figured I'd walk around and explore somewhere I hadn't been yet. So I'm about 2 miles past. Gun barrel's up ahead of me up there. I hadn't been down this way before. There's 2 or 3 weed stores down here. There's Be Green Hemp, CBD Organics, and Be Green Glass, where a lot of the synthetic adrenochrome, i.e. crystal meth smokers, go and get their shit they need so that they can stay separated and completely escaped from this obviously evil ass bullshit system. Don't blame them a bit. That's why I went through 11 and a half, 12 years of struggling with hardcore drug addiction after having a good job, making decent money, and having a roof over my head and vehicles and all that. Whoever it was that got on to me about my shaking camera, I know you don't have to tell me. I don't have the money to get a gimbal and a stand yet. Okay? I'll do that eventually, maybe, if I keep this channel, which will probably be determined on how long this phone lasts. The first 6 or 7 phones I had like this, I got my first computer. I intentionally steered away from computers. I got my first computer about a little over 10 years ago, maybe 10 and a half years ago. About a year after that was when I first caught wind of the Q thing and got thrown into this direction, sorta. And then righted myself and figured out that was a psychological operation among thousands of psychological operations that are constantly bombarding our brains in multiple ways. But I really don't want this to be very long, and I'm a good ways away around the corner down here at the light. I'm going to take a right and go back. That's Gun Barrel down at the light. I want to turn and go back to the right down toward my usual stomping grounds. There's a lot of medical, there's a little medical complex, you know, kind of like industrial districts and stuff. Anytime you get near hospitals or medical complexes with offshoots and little buildings around a big hospital or whatever for different specialties in medicine or treatment, you know, eye care, cancer treatment, you know, checking your hoo-ha, all that crap. You're going to see a whole bunch of ancient occult symbols, and a few that maybe aren't quite ancient, but they came up with later. The square and compass. Freemasonry came out of the Knights Templar. And the Knights Templar came out of the ancient pagan occults, and they tried to cover over it with monotheistic religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And Mr. Bolson at Middle Nation would scold me if he could, if he knew me personally, for saying that. But I'm sorry, Mr. Bolson at Middle Nation, your Muslim religion is created by the same people that you oddly have a tendency to kind of dismiss people like myself that come and point at. Not the Jews specifically. They're part of it because their Judaism and Christianity are a big part of the foundation of the whole fuck system. So, anyway, I done veered off onto private property, damn it. Let me get over here. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. See, I'm not used to this shit, so I don't think about shit like that, but I'm gonna get back over here on the sidewalk. Shit. Alright, now. So, anyway. Hey, goddamn. Yeah, I don't know, it might be useful at some point for somebody. I'm starting to think that I've got some serious issues with my heart. I know that I've got, without having been diagnosed with it, for all the snickers out there that would say, are you diagnosed? I've actually had that said to me. Look, my mother had AFib. 3 of my 4 siblings have AFib. 2 of them have had surgery. I think 3 of them have had surgery. But at least 2 of my brothers have had surgery for AFib. My oldest brother, that's worth millions, has recently gone under the knife again, so I heard last time I was communicating with them, which I don't. They worship the almighty Illuminati dollar. My brother that's worth millions wouldn't give me a $100 bill if that's what it took to save my life. Anyway, there's some more. We got the honey bunny. That might be a covert honey trap. There's a couple of massage places down here, and there's another one around the corner from where I was. Elevated Hemp Company with the pyramid, of course, and the rainbow colors, and the number 8. God almighty damn. And we got an extra pyramid above the L. I mean, shit. Yeah. So, shit. Advanced collision. Well, oh hell, we got a manhole. Oh shit, somebody needs to come see about that. Where's all that taxpayer money going? Is somebody supposed to address this shit right there? Look. Alright. Oh, shit. Oh, hell. Now my damn hand's hurting trying to keep my fingers out of the way of the camera. It's not just farming, folks, because the ladies that were over there doing all that, and most of the cheaper apartments and stuff that I've seen, it's always Hispanic people that are out there working on it. They are out there painting these dressers, and or they're removing junk furniture and all. But they're probably on lunch break right now. There's 2 or 3 of them out there working on all that. There's Reagan. Or it's fucking Reagan. Revere at Hamilton Place. And we got tiny tennis courts. They're like half size. Oh my God. Alright. I'm trying to get up here. I don't want this to be too long. Shit. Alright, I gotta switch hands. My damn right hand's hurting. Oh, hell. Hold on. Gotta put my cup down. Flip the phone. Oh my God, I can't. Can I flip the phone? I guess I can't. I'm not going to attempt it because I don't know what's going to happen if I do try to flip it. It probably stops the fucking video. Alright, we're still recording. I can barely see the screen, but I see it still recording. A lot of times I try to record a video, and somehow the some bitch gets stopped somehow. You know, I mess with the volume buttons or something, and then boom, it stops the freaking video. Or I just touch the screen in the wrong place or something. I don't know what happens. Anyway, now here we go. We got American House Senior Living Communities, and we got the old Pharaonic colors again. Look, I mean, if you literally can't get away from red, white, and blue. Chevron, red, white, and blue. You know, if you think you think it's coincidence? No, it's not. Oh, hell, look, Valvoline, red, white, and blue. What did I just say? All right, this stuff gets really easy once you quit watching football and Netflix and start out of some kind of mysterious duty to your fellow man and start looking at what the hell is really going on, if you ever do that. Look, there's Trust Federal Credit Union down there. And yes, no, I know I'm not zooming shit, and I know people are going to look at this video and go, you son of a bitch, we can't see it. Well, zoom in on it. I know it'll be blurry. The point's still going to stick. Also, we got exactly 8 big pillars holding up the a place to discard mom to. I mean, a place for mom. Oh my God. Your mom and daddy brought you in this damn world. Yes, they were ignorant. Yes, they were programmed. Yes, they were brainwashed. But you don't have the decency to take care of your own dying mom or dad. You know, I mean, I understand when they get to the point where they need constant medical care and the hospice situation. But, I mean, you know, there's people who are taking mom that's just fine and throwing her into a place for mom. Good job. You're a piece of crap. How would you like for your kids to do you that way? Here, stick them in this place where there's a obvious pattern of abuse on the elderly in these places. All kinds of shit. Oh, here we go. There's one. Of course, the child care network has to be a pyramid. And what's it got in it? It's got red and blue. the pyramid's not white, so I mean, you know, can't make it too obvious when it comes to children that we're diddling your kitties. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Trust. I think not. Trust Federal Credit Union. With what colors? Yeah. And 3 pentagrams. Gee whiz. Now here we got the Templar Cross, and it's in the blue war color, the blue war crown color, the Prime Imaging and Vein Center with the Templar Cross. Why do you think Templar Cross is the Christus hospitals that I filmed in my last channel in Marshall, Texas, where I was held hostage by the state of Texas on parole? Yeah, I walked by that hospital and they got the same symbol. And it's interesting, considering what the word Christ actually means, that it says Christus. Yeah, you're going there to get pharmaceutical drugs most of the time, of one sort or another. And so you're kind of, in a way, you know, not all of the medicines are actually anointed onto your skin and get into your body that way, which is the proper Christ. But, yeah, they're Christing you all right with pharmaceuticals. It's so ironic that this shit, after everything I've learned, is so in everybody's face. You literally can't drive down this stretch of road between where I am right now and the next light that's down there, about a little over a quarter of a mile, about a third of a mile up ahead of me, because you probably can't see. On my right and left between here and that light is going to be so many, and I've already, since I got back on Gun Barrel, I've already shown a few. All right. I wasn't going to do this, but I walked on the way down here. I was like, holy God, look at all the freaking symbology everywhere. I should say unholy God, because the God most people in Western nations, including the United States, believe in is extremely unholy. You've all been duped. Now this is a rich one here. The bank across the road. The corporate image. Now see, I should have put it in all caps. Like much of that up there on that building is. Oh, Andrew R. 1 DDS Cosmetic Implant and General Dentistry. His name is in all caps. Oh, Southeastern Retina Associates. Retina, all of that's in all caps. Southeastern Retina Associates again, all caps. Southeastern Retina Associates, all caps. Why? Because it is a corporation, which is what? Children, friends, it's a fiction. A corporation is a fiction. That's why you have an all capital letters name, which makes you a corporation, which is what? It's a fiction. It only becomes a reality in their screwy legal system that they developed over a couple thousand years, if not longer. Probably goes back to ancient Egypt, so you got to think probably 3,000 or 4,000 years at least. Hairbenders. Oh, I passed the bank. Damn it, you dumbass! I gotta get over here where I can see the bank. All right. Oh yeah. Here we go. Ready? It's First Citizens Bank. It's not in all caps because the banks are sovereign, you see. Or the people that own them are sovereign. But yeah, First Citizens Bank. First subject of the state's bank. That's what it should say. There's Sorry Orthodontics with Daniel C. period, Sorry D period, D period, S period, comma, M period, S period. Oh boy, there's a lot of freaking legal fuckery going on with just that freaking shit right there. But yeah, all caps. Corporations are fictional. That's why all the gold, silver, and other mineral wealth that's held in trusts and large, huge conglomerate equity accounts and huge trust and all that these unconventional warfare occultists actually own. Well, how did they do it? They had to do it through fiction. They couldn't get it through legit means. They had to fictionalize their ownership of it, which is why we should go take it all back from them, because they got it through fraud. What a wonderful world this could be if more than 0.04% of the freaking population would pull their head out of their ass. But no. All these people with all these kids. I see people with little kids that come up to just above my knee, or up to my hip, or just above my hip, and I think to myself every time I see them, you have screwed your kid so hard, metaphorically, by being as ignorant as you are, because you have damned them. If you think that what's going on today is bad, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, if your kids are even allowed to live through that, do you know what kind of hell of a life they're going to have? This shit's getting worse. Just when you think that these people can't come up with a new level of hell to subject people to, no, they're constantly working on new levels of hell to subject you to, or your kids. Alright. So, here we go. Yeah, hit me. Hit me and I'll own you. These pigs. Some of these people are pigs, man. You know, I hate to say it, but, you know, I'm an honest person. Wasn't always. Really, I was only dishonest when I was doing dope. I was just covering my ass. Yes. Long past. Alright, so what else we got? Oh yeah, this is one of the first things I saw. I seem to have, I guess I'm irritated and tired, and I've missed a few images that I saw. This is one of the first ones that right here. I'll get on down here a little further so I can show it. We got us a little sun hieroglyph. See how they took the time to make a little sun hieroglyph right there where the 1626 address or whatever is? Yeah. Think that these people are stupid, man. If you own a business, chances are, if you own a business like that I just showed or whatever, even in a town like Chattanooga or a town a third this size or whatever, there's a good chance that you're kind of hooked up with some kind of secret society types. Good chance you might even be a member of a local Freemason lodge. Thus, you end up seeing symbols like that because they're in the know on their freaking businesses. Anyway, so here we are. Express Care, an Erlanger walk-in clinic. And look at the symbol. Now, when I talk about octagon, the shape of an octagon, and that being the base of the global banking cartel in Switzerland, and encompassing probably offshoots of that, then, you know, I can just generally say it's connected. What do you see in the middle but a Templar cross? It's another Templar cross, right? Now, if you draw lines from the points on the corners, the 90-degree corners on the Templar cross, if you draw lines on it, what do you end up with on the paper? You end up with an octagon. Now, the number 8. The number 8 is represented by the sections around of the, arc thing that's around the Templar Cross. It's in the middle. There's 8 of them. Well, the number 8, you can also kind of say in a way, all right, or suppose perhaps it symbolizes octagon as well. 8 parts. Just like the okay, we're still going. I had to check. Just like the square and compass has the G, right? What's the G? G is the 7th letter of the alphabet. If you add 4 and 3, 4 representing a square and 3 representing a compass, it says square and compass. So yeah, all kinds of freaking symbology of your masters thumbing their nose at the dumb slaves that they own as you drive up and down Gun Barrel. Does that mean that all the people that work there are a bunch of Satanists and Illuminati members and whatever the fuck? No. They're dumb just like everybody else is. Most of them. There might be one. I mean, you get up toward the top, the people in control of, hospitals or in control of corporations that own hospitals and other types of medical care. Now you're starting to talk about, okay, you can check into them. Because I can guarantee you most of the time, you're going to find out they're initiated. Not in the extreme way that Dr. Hammond Hillman is showing that the initiation used to be in the past. No, these people love wealth and these people wouldn't do something like that unless they were forced. And really when it comes down to it, these occultists today are basically cartoon characters. I mean, it's nothing like what the original occult was before the male prophet of Judaism and Christianity came along. And like Dr. Hillman proved the other night, once again, in one of his videos, that the earliest Judaism so-called prophets, or whatever you want to call them, hey, these people, and no, the one in particular in this one video was not named Abraham, but he was part of that covert operation, is the way I see it back then, to gain the pharmaceutical knowledge from the oracles and the sibyls that had that technology and passed it on. That's what the whole virgin priestess thing was about. They were your medical care. They were your medicine. Their body was a medicinal processor. That's why eat my flesh and drink my blood. Why? Because she had the freaking medicine for your fucking problem in her body. You had to partake of her flesh and her blood. Okay, I don't know. I might stop this because I know it's a little bit long. And I'm getting tired. My chest is hurting a little bit. Erlanger Hospital. There you go. Go in there and let the hospitalers. Yeah, the word hospital comes from hospitaler, which was an offshoot of the Templars. I mean, look, I'm a dumbass, and I found all this shit out. Come on, people. Let's get with it. We got children to save now, and tomorrow, and next week, and for the foreseeable future. I mean, it may be already too late. There might be no chance in hell. And I actually had that thought, I think, last night. It's just, they've got too much power now, dude. These people can hit you with a frequency and make you go pick a knife up and jam it through your freaking eye socket into your freaking brain, and you drop dead on your kitchen floor. Probably. Haven't seen that specific tech. Back in the 60s or 70s, early 70s, whenever the church committee hearings were going on, they had a heart attack gun. That's already out there. Been out there since then. What do you hear from the vast majority of people on the planet, other than people like Bill Cooper and, you know, a whole bunch of people I can't think of right now? Okay, I'm on private property now. Let me go back over here. Oh, look at the nice rocks. Son of a bitch. There we go. Hope y'all don't have to get into that damn thing again. Better bring a freaking goddamn crane to move that boulder. Alright, anyway, I'm done. Fuck it. Walk in Hate, episode 1. Over.